I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can create a rabbet at the router table. The first is by using a rabbeting bit. It's basically a straight bit, but it has a bearing on top that dictates the width of the rabbet. Now, to use this bit at the router table, you want to use a straight edge to align the bearing with the router table fence. When routing the end grain, I like to use a backer board to help guide the workpiece through the bit. And that also helps to eliminate tear out as the bit exits the cut. To create a rabbet on the long grain or the edge of a workpiece, the router table fence is the perfect solution for guiding the workpiece over the bit. Another option for creating a rabbet at the router table is to use a straight bit. Here I'm using a solid carbide spiral bit, but any straight bit will do the job. In this case, the router table fence dictates the width of the rabbet from the front edge of the bit. Whether you're using a rabbeting bit or a straight bit, you may need to make the rabbet in multiple passes depending on the density of the wood that you're using. In both cases, it's a good idea to start with the router bit rather low and then gradually increase it with each pass until you reach the final depth of the rabbet. As you can see, using the router table to create a rabbet leaves professional results and a rabbet with clean, sharp edges. The table saw is also a great option for creating rabbets. The first thing to do is adjust the blade height for the width of the rabbet. The position of the fence relative to the blade dictates the width of the rabbet and also serves as a stop when cutting the rabbet. First pass defines one shoulder of the rabbet. It's a good idea to use some test pieces to check your setup. Here I'm using the saw kerf to check the blade height and the position of the fence. And then you simply make another pass to create the width of the rabbet. To cut the rabbet on the end grain, the process is basically the same. You set the fence and the blade height to define the shoulders of the rabbet. Again, it's a good idea to make some test cuts first. If necessary, adjust the blade height and the fence position. To support the workpiece, I'm using a tall backer board to guide the workpiece through the blade. The method I prefer to use for creating a rabbet at the table saw is quick and easy to set up. First, I set the fence position to define one shoulder of the rabbet. After making the first pass to define that shoulder, then I just make multiple cuts across the end of the workpiece until it contacts the fence, which acts as a stop. Finally, one other option is to use a tenoning jig to create the rabbet on the end of a workpiece. Take some time to experiment with all of these methods until you find the one that's just right for you for creating a rabbet on a workpiece.